So one thing I will say is that many people call me a TikToker, and I'm gonna say this right now, I'd rather be called a YouTuber than a TikToker. This, I do understand that I have a major following on TikTok, and that's thanks to you guys, but honestly, if I could choose any platform to blow up on and be huge on, would be YouTube. So make that dream happen by pressing the subscribe button, and on top of that, not to mention, I am live on Kick streaming and telling these crazy stories live to you guys. So please hit that subscribe button, join me live on Kick streaming and telling these crazy stories live. But other than that, I'm just gonna get straight into this insane story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to a story that honestly I didn't want to tell, but at the same time I don't care anymore. Now, I remember back when I was in grade 11, everyone, and I mean every single person you know, would use TikTok. TikTok was like overpopular, everyone would use it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I hated it. I thought it was cringy and just another Musical.ly platform that was absolutely garbage. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Yes, a lot of my career started off from TikTok. Hell, I have like 2 million followers on there thanks to you guys. And I'm not saying I hate TikTok because I'm big on it. I'm saying because my personal history with, well, TikTokers weren't ever so nice. I remember back when I was in grade 11, there was a TikToker that was in my school. Now, the thing about this TikToker was that he was a dude that would always show off that he was a TikToker, meaning that he would do the personal curls, he would like, you know, paint his nails. He was like Little Huddy if he was, well, from Walmart. It was honestly super cringy, and I remember me and my friends, we'd always make fun of him. We'd always make fun of him, pick on him, and basically treat him like absolute garbage. And the only comeback he would always have is, oh, you guys could never be famous. That's why you're making fun of me. You're just more haters. To be honest, me and my friends never really cared that he was famous. We just made fun of him because he was a guy who painted his nails. And honestly, that was enough for me to bully him. But overall, I won't lie to you, it's not like this guy was actually like super famous. Like, I will say, like, he had like a couple thousand followers. I would say around like maybe like 40,000 followers at the time. And I will say this, yes, 40,000 people is a lot. And I can't imagine 40,000 people standing in my room listening to me tell a crazy story. But for 40,000 people to look at a guy basically flexing his abs and showing his painted nails on the internet made me severely cringe. Going on with the story though, I remember me and my friends would always pick on this guy and basically make fun of him. That's a key point of the main story. Now, where things get really weird is I want to say later on down the line. I want to say a couple months go by and this guy keeps doing his TikToks, following his dreams, and well, keeps flexing his abs and showing off his painted nails. And me and my friends, we'd always pick on him, and it still continued till later on. But to be honest, I was so focused on doing the devil's tango and meeting girls that I remember one time there was a girl that I ended up meeting that I actually fell in love with. Now this girl, me and her, we actually started dating, we started seeing each other, and I remember me and her, we got along great. She went to the same school as me, and I remember one time when me and her were hanging out in the school cafeteria with the boys, one of the boys ended up walking up to the TikToker kid that was around the cafeteria at the time for some reason and basically pushed him on the ground, and we basically made fun of his painted nails once again. I remember he stood up and basically started making fun of us for still being in the same position and never being able to grow on any platform or be famous. And me and my friends, we didn't care because we didn't want to be famous at the time. Hell, I mean, I won't lie, I kind of wanted to be famous, but not in the way he is being. Like, I'd rather come on here on the microphone telling stories about how I do the devil's tango than me showing my abs and, you know, painting my nails live. Like, it's just weird. But I remember he ended up walking up to my girlfriend afterwards and saying, hey, how you doing, cutie? What's up with you? And I remember when I saw him flirting with my girl, well, that's when I instantly walked up to him and punched him in the face. I'm not joking, I punched this guy straight in the face. I remember he ended up basically making it a bigger deal than it was supposed to, and honestly, he deserved it for flirting with my girlfriend at the time. But he ended up telling me, oh my goodness, like, Bubba, you actually just punched me in the face. You know what? I'm gonna make sure all my followers know that you're a piece of garbage. What is what I said? And that's when I told him to eat my shorts, and then basically me and my buddies ended up walking away. When we walked away, I remember my girlfriend at the time looked at me saying, Bubba, like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna like tell the internet about you now and stuff? And I remember I looked at her and said, honestly, I could care less. And then we ended up walking away. I remember the next day though, I was sitting on my phone, basically just chilling on the school hallway near my locker. And then my girlfriend ends up running up to me. She runs up to me and says, Bubba, he posted something. Who posted something is what I said afterwards. And then afterwards, she told me, like, the guy you punched yesterday, that TikTok kid, yeah, he actually like posted something. Look. And basically it was a TikTok explaining how he got punched by me and how basically everyone should hate on me for punching their favorite celebrity. The fact that he called himself a celebrity in that video was really cringe, but on top of that, I won't lie to you, he basically ended up saying my full name and started making fun of me and basically said how it was a weak punch even though he had a black eye. Now I remember remember when I was reading the comment section, a lot of people were basically saying how, like, you know, bullying wasn't cool and how basically I was jealous of his career and stuff. And I remember I looked at these comments and thought, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, people actually care about this dude, even though 80% of the comments were just, you know, girls basically simping for him. I will say this much, it was really sad seeing how many people actually cared about a dude that showed his body parts and basically lip sync to whatever was going viral at the time. I mean, to be fair though, that was the trending thing at the time as well. I don't know. I remember I looked at that and thought this was the dumbest thing ever, and I told my girlfriend at the time to not worry about it because obviously nothing's gonna happen. And one thing I will say was that I was right. Even though at the time he had over 100,000 followers on TikTok and he was basically, you know, talking about his black eye, apparently a lot of people started seeing that video and it got over like maybe 300,000 views, which is really good, by the way. 300,000 views is insane on TikTok. And I remember I looked at this video and I started thinking, like, nothing's gonna happen to me, right? And that's when I did a dumb mistake and ended up leaving a comment saying, dude, you deserved it. You flirted with my girlfriend. And when I said that, I remember that comment ended up getting a lot of likes and a lot of people were actually agreeing with me. And well, let's just say my girlfriend ended up doing the dumbest thing ever afterwards. I remember a week went by and basically this whole controversy started dying down. And to be honest, no one really cared because a lot of people agreed with my opinion. But my girlfriend didn't know that I left that comment, and nor did I tell her because honestly, it was none of her business and it wasn't even that big of a deal. At least so I thought. But like I said, a week went by and I remember I was just doing my own thing, hanging out and just doing what I usually do. And out of nowhere, and I mean out of nowhere, everyone was talking about a party that this TikToker was celebrating for hitting over 300,000 followers. Now, obviously, a lot of people were going, but me and my friends weren't obviously invited because we used to pick on the kid, which, I mean, fair enough. I didn't really want to go to his house, to be honest, because, well, who really cares? But apparently, a lot of girls wanted to go, and a lot of girls were excited to go, and I remember my girlfriend ended up walking up to me saying, hey, Bubba, is it cool if I go to this party? I remember I looked at her and said, well, I mean, I don't control you. If you want to go for it. I mean, it seems fun, but me, I'm not gonna go, to be honest with you. She ended up saying okay, and then the next day, I remember it was a Friday night, and she ended up going to this party. Now, this party was apparently super fun, and a lot of people were having a good time, and like, the guy posted it on TikTok about the party, so good for him. And honestly, congrats on hitting your 300,000 followers, by the way. At the time, at least. This was like over 5 years ago, so I mean, who really cares? But I remember afterwards, when Monday came around and everyone went back to school, I remember a lot of my friends ended up walking up to me, and then a girl that I didn't really recognize ended up walking up to me as well. She walked up to me and said, Bubba, I have a question. You're dating this girl, right? Yeah, what about her? Is what I said. And then that's when she showed me a TikTok video that the guy posted in front of his 300,000 followers of him making out with my girlfriend. And that's when I remembered I was so angry and so upset that I ended up walking around the school super mad. Like, I was walking around the school as if I was the Punisher. And when I saw him, I remember I walked up to him, and I won't lie to you, I was a bit bigger than this kid as well. So, I mean, it was pretty easy to kick his butt, not gonna lie. But I basically ended up tackling him on the ground and punching his face over and over and over. And I was just really upset. I remember everyone started freaking out as I was beating this kid to a pulp, and everyone started filming with their phones. And me, I just kept punching him over and over again, like nonstop. And that's when I remember I looked over at my girlfriend, and my girlfriend ended up running up to me, pushing me off him, saying, don't, like, I love him. You love him, is what I said. And that's when I told him that one day you're going to regret kissing him at that party. And I walked away. Now, I will say this much. 5 years later, things changed. I became a successful TikToker and became, well, a TikTok guy, basically. And he ended up basically losing his career and getting his TikTok account banned for, well, very sexualized content. And well, the girl, she ended up hitting my DMs literally last week as I'm filming this video. And what's gonna happen next is up to you. If you guys want, join me live on Kick. I'm gonna be basically deciding on what I should do next, and maybe you guys can watch me do it as well. Anyways, like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.